And we are live. I don't have much of a summary for last week, so I'm just going to go off of these wonderful notes here that one of our esteemed players has put in front of us. Following a conversation between Scribble and Hammond Sam, the party heads to the Minted Terrace with Louis and Lunalia scouting via Dimension Door and Wild Shape, grabbing a marker before zipping out of there. They go down to the docks and procure the services of the Desert Breeze, a mid-sized merchant ship run by Captain Farid al-Salak. Paying him a sizable sum of money, they arrange to have the ship pull up to the dock below the Minted Terrace in the evening, giving them, and hopefully the Genasi captives that they rescue, a avenue out. Then heading to the Temple of Bahamut, they meet with Chrono, and Lunalia is taken to a hidden basement area where she meets several Genasi refugees and learns of the fate of at least one of the major cities within the elemental plane of water. Learning that that the oceans boiled and burned, seemingly an attack from the elemental plane of fire. Something to which the fire genasi in the room took offense to, claiming to know nothing of it. And we ended the session with the party teleporting into the Minted Terrace, to the location scouted earlier, and making their way to the Thornton estate, the hideout of the Crimson Order here in Ralamar. Scouting about the building, a couple of members of the party reveal portions of the map by peeking through windows and through open spaces within the building. A reminder that this two-story mansion, relatively well kept despite being somewhat vacant for a couple of decades. The second floor is all but wrecked. Giant scorch marks and wisps of smoke rise from the remains of the fireballed floor. The main floor of the building seems intact. It made more of stone than of timber, as well as perhaps skilled hands using the arcane ways to put out the fires early. The building has survived. The second floor stands as a potential ingress to the building, but it does not currently appear to be occupied, what little is left of it. The ground floor, however, is occupied by a variety of people, including red-robed acolytes, most of them without masks on, but you did spy, one of the bronze masks hanging from a belt. They seem to not wear their masks in private. Several bandits, just local ruffians, apparently hired to guard the perimeter. And something interesting, what looks like civilians, cooks and servants within one spotted, cleaning a common area, a sitting room, off of some private quarters, and several others seen preparing an evening meal. As the sun sets, casting brilliant oranges and purples across the sky, you settle in to a watchful hiding place near this building, and I leave it up to the party how to proceed.
Just to refresh our memories, you said there was a hole in the second floor from where a major fire broke out?
most of the second floor is demolished.
Okay.
If you wish to enter, you would have to get over the fence, the 10-foot stone and iron barred fence. Cross the green space to the building and scale the wall, or perhaps fly up to it or whatnot. But there do not seem to be any guards or anybody occupying the second floor, and we'll just say like. Most of the second floor above sort of the left side of the map is gone, and there's enough of it still standing to facilitate a stealth check if you wanted to. Let's say if somebody wanted to fly up to the second floor and then hide, they could. There's bits of wall and roof and columns and posts and stuff. There's enough wreckage and rubble you could hide there.
And this guard here, or bandit, does he move at all from that spot, or is he stationary there?
Yeah, so I've kind of placed them, roughly where they're at, but they do move around from time to time, except for the two on the porch. The two on the porch are fairly stationary. I'd say maybe the one back here in the small walled garden by the well. He walks paces around the well from time to time. The guy back here stays relatively close to the gate. He might go, as far as over here and as far as over here. But right now he is sort of leaned up against the wall.
Okay.
Right at the corner. And the one on the other side is the one that makes sort of the longest track, walking sort of from here all the way around to here. But again, like, these guys will pace and then kind of stop and, hang for a while and then get bored and go pace a little bit more and go lean against the wall somewhere else or sit on a small bench. They seem to all look relatively bored. But the one on the corner there, the northwest corner, does seem a little more alert than the others. Perhaps because he is, keeping an eye on two external gates.
And you said that there was a building close by on the west side?
On the west side, there is another manor house with similar grounds surrounding it. A similar wall and similar grounds. No guards. Although it does appear to be occupied. There are, you catch the radiant light coming from within, illuminating curtains that are drawn. So it is inhabited. And then on the eastern side, there is a small park. Fountain in the middle, surrounded by benches and some shade trees with well-trimmed shrubbery beneath them. To the south is a wide street, and on the far south side of the street is a low wall, like high enough one could lean against it. And then the ground drops away 30 feet or so to a lower level of the terrace that has another strip of buildings before dropping away to the sea, several hundred feet.
Well, if anyone has any ideas of how they want to get up to the second floor or in, I know how Rogar will try and approach this.
Well, we had kind of discussed it. I think we're all on board with coming in from the second floor.
Okay. Refresh my memory. Did Keldra Maloro reach out to you before the end of last session, or did we agree to defer that to this session?
We deferred.
We left it off with him sending a message to Louis, and I don't think Louis has responded yet. I think that message was essentially like, hey, it's about time, are you ready? I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, and like the notes that I posted in our chat, I think, I'm going to retcon that a little bit to include, he tells you that his intent is not to start a fight. He's cooled down a bit about this, and he intends to get in, rescue Ember, and get out, hoping that your group will be the distraction. And what that basically means is don't count on him to be a combatant if he can help it.
Rogar, with your boots,
Mm-hmm.
how many people do you think you could carry? The two little ones?
I have a strength of 21, so that should... I could probably carry Louis, Scribble... Louis and Scribble at the same time. Could probably carry you, and I could probably help Noro up. Maybe.
We're talking about the slippers of spider climbing that you required, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the text on those about how much weight they will stick to a wall, including you. So as far as I'm concerned, it's, as much weight as you would normally be able to carry moving across the ground.
Yeah, I think that if if Rogar can climb with the two little ones up over the fence, I mean, the start of the second floor can't be more than 10 feet off the ground, right? Okay, let's assume yes. So, if he can get up, it wouldn't be that much of a stretch, I wouldn't think, to help reach down and pull or assist in climb up Linalia and Noro.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Noro can jump 3 feet, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and climbing is my game.
Oh, right, you have a good climb.
Have we seen anybody else come by this northwest gate at all? Are any other bandits in view of that?
Just the one.
So if I were to go around to here and climb this wall, I wouldn't have to hop over a fence, correct? It would just be climbing the wall straight up.
Yep, that's correct. Yes. Yep, that is the only part of the building that is exposed to the street, without some greenery between it and the street or porch.
So that would be most likely where I'm going to climb up, if I climb up. That way we don't have to hop over the fence, potentially miss a roll, stealth over to the building, and then up the building with another roll.
So you'll carry the...
I can carry
Scribble
Scribble and Louis. Actually, I know I can carry Scribble and Louis. If we really want to get into like the math specifics of it, putting the weight together, see if I could carry both of them and you.
No, I think it's fine to just get a boost from Noro, and then have you help me climb the rest of the way.
All right.
Sound
Does
good?
that sound good to everyone else?
I do not like it. Being carried is not very dignified. But if we must, should we take care of this guy out here at the near the gate?
Do you have a way of, like, silencing him or putting him to sleep?
But of course. And I will walk over to the gate. Where's... When I see Pierre, I don't see Louis.
He's 2 blocks to the right or left.
And I'll walk up to the gate and call out to this bandit. Bonjour. You know what? I just heard that it is time for you to go, and you should go home and go to bed, and you can come back tomorrow. And I'll cast suggestion on him.
Oh.
Alrighty. What's my save?
17.
Yeah, sorry, what is it, wisdom or?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 17 wisdom.
Got it. No. No, he did not. His eyes kind of narrow, and you think for a second that the spell doesn't take hold. Maybe it's just that he doesn't recognize you, but he nods and... Right. Thanks. And he turns around and... opens the door. You know what? Make a... What's your passive perception?
Uh, 14.
Hmm. He opens the door, mutters something, and goes inside and shuts it behind him.
I did specifically say go home and go to bed. Does he consider this his home?
You're not sure? Just he goes inside.
Well done.
He might have just gone inside to then exit out the front doors, or to let somebody know he was going home, or you're not sure. But that's what he does. He certainly doesn't open the gate where you're at.
Well, he wouldn't let somebody go, let somebody know. Like, he would, per the spell, he would immediately take the action that I have recommended.
Well, then maybe this is his home.
Okay. Either way, voila.
Impressive. Is the gate unlocked, or is it locked?
Well, Louis, you can tell without making any sort of roll that it is indeed locked. There is a large keyed padlock and chains wrapped around the bars of the gate. You could make a investigation check. Well, let me just have a look here. Yep, you could make an investigation check. Wanted to... There is, on the rather large, ornate padlock, you didn't notice it at first because it has... and this is a little strange for an iron padlock. It has some fine engraving on it. Beautifully scrawled leaves and vines. And you flip it over and you look and you're mesmerized by the beautiful engraving, and then you see it. Your eyes lock in on a glyph that is etched into it. A magical glyph.
Do I think that glyph is like an arcane lock, or do I think that as a glyph is something that will like explode? Do I recognize the glyph?
Yeah, you could, there you go. You're pretty sure that it is some sort of warding glyph. It's not arcane lock. It's something else. The fact
So,
that you've
do
handled
glyphs
this
look
lock...
the same?
What's that?
Like, would it be the same glyph as like that we saw at the end? Like, I don't care about me knowing, but just do glyphs look the same for a spell?
Ah. At the inn. I don't
The one that
remember.
burned
The
down.
windows were sealed.
Oh, no. No, this is different.
Or Scribble, are you saying like if it's like this, like the same school of magic or
Yeah,
something?
like it is a glyph for arcane lock. Do they all look the same?
No.
Okay.
Well, now that the guard is gone, we don't really have to worry about getting spotted on this side of the house just yet. So we can still just climb up the wall there.
Yeah, Louis, specifically, this appears to be... well, actually, it appears to be the spell that Dark linked there. It's a glyph of warding. You can't tell what its purpose is, what it does, whether it's a spell glyph, an explosive rune, etc. You don't believe that you've set it off. It appears to be intact, so simply handling this lock is not enough to set the glyph.
All right, well, seeing where the other guards are, I motion to the rest of the crew and move over to like this side here. And over here is where upstairs is in flames.
Yeah, where it's sort of been blown apart. Let me throw a couple of size. Alright, using the second floor, those are your 3 entry points.
Oh, I was under the impression that there was missing walls upstairs.
Yeah, those are your entry points to the first floor from the second.
Ah, okay.
Those are the stairways coming down. I'm not gonna get particular with the second floor. It's open to the air enough that you guys can climb up and skulk around up there with a stealth check and not be seen.
Cool.
Like, I don't even have a battle map for it.
Whoops, I didn't mean to draw that.
I can delete. I'm assuming the book is not giving off a radius of light right now.
Yeah, right now Pierre is stuffed into my bag along with the wagon.
Yeah, so once we're all together, Lunali will go ahead. Is my Pass Without a Trace from earlier still up and running?
It's an hour, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd imagine it still is. Yeah, you cast it to scout the building, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, then we'll just add 10 to whatever stealth check. We just have to stay relatively close.
All right. Am I climbing the wall here then? To get into the, I guess, courtyard? Walkway?
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm
Alright.
using mage armor.
So, Rogar, you can climb the wall without making an athletics check. With your
Correct.
slippers of spider climb. Go ahead and make a stealth check if you're moving quietly and trying to avoid being seen. There is nobody that you see in sight here. Keep in mind the building behind you is occupied. Somebody might see you and say something, shout something, whatever. So that's a 29. Pretty good. You look left, right at the building across, noting the lit windows, but the blinds drawn. You see no silhouettes in the windows. You look both ways down the street, nobody, and you quickly climb up and over. The rest of you watch him basically walk up the wall. His pack and weapons sort of dangling off of him, under the effect of gravity, but he walks up vertically almost effortlessly.
Well, he'd also have a Kenku and a gnome dangling off him.
Oh yeah, I'd grab them.
No, c'est pas bon. And I'll cast levitate on myself and just levitate myself over the wall, over the fence, and then walk up to the side and levitate up the side, up to the second floor.
This fancy gnome.
All right then.
All right.
No,
Big,
over.
It's big. Nobody tosses a dwarf vibes.
Yes,
Right.
pretty much so.
All right, so go ahead and position yourself on the building, wherever you climb up. Rogar, Louis.
I'd just walk in a straight line to the wall.
What's Noro doing?
Noro's gonna. Well, I would imagine that me and Noro can both climb the fence. And then we'll wait, and I'll get Noro to boost me up the wall.
Yep. Like upsy daisy, I do like throw you over the fence.
Uh-huh.
Make an athletics check, Noro.
Oh
Just-
god,
Just for fun. Just for fun. I'm sure you'll do it. It's a very low DC.
No,
You
he
throw
doesn't
her-
weigh that much.
Oh
you throw
no,
her too high in the air.
Oh shit.
I'm not raging. Let me turn that off.
That's okay. You rolled the same thing on both, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yep. With in one swift motion, you scoop up Linalia and toss her up to the top of the fence. But I would like you both to make stealth checks.
Oh my god!
That's a 15.
Well, it's a 15.
Oh, I forgot. I got the 10.
26. All right. With everyone over the fence and or on top of the building, you stop for a moment, take a breath, and listen. Other than the sounds of chatter from inside, from folks preparing dinner, you hear nothing else. Those of you on the second floor, you find this stairwell, the entrance to which is open to the air. It looks very inviting. You hear nobody from below, other than just the sounds of cooking.
So, Noro, I will need your help to get up onto the second floor. Just, give me a boost.
On it.
You gonna pick her up and throw her up to the second level?
No, just a boost. Don't pick me up to throw me. Nobody tosses
Oh.
a genasi.
Your previous athletics check stands.
Okay.
Let's have you do one more to climb up yourself. Scribble and Rogar, you guys are on on the second floor with Luke, right?
Yes.
Yeah, easy enough. Noro, last one up, you climb up, and all of you are gathered around this open stairwell. You get a little closer look at the second floor, and there are piles of rubble where the roof has collapsed. The damage appears to be more from, explosion than from the subsequent fire, which seems to have been put out relatively quickly. There are, massive scorch marks all about. But you can see trails of burn that have just stopped, perhaps controlled magically, snuffed out. parts of the floor are damp as well, getting perhaps conjuration water or localized weather to help in putting out the fire. And like I said, a good portion of the floor is intact enough where you can quietly skulk about and hide within the wreckage, maintaining stealth. So, where are you off to next?
Can we see the second or like the stairs kind of more in the middle of the building from where we are, or would we have to like make our way around rubble and whatnot to see it?
You'd have to move around a bit through the rubble.
Okay.
But you have a general sense. I guess those of you who scattered around have a general sense that the foyer of this building is 2 stories, and you can see a bit of that. That seems to be more packed. Just gonna see if I have a, nope, that's it. Yeah, the second floor of this building is certainly more open than the first floor. You know, there aren't as many small rooms, there aren't as many walls, it's much more open spaces. In fact, I will post a image of it. Oh, it's too big. We'll post a screenshot of an image of it.
This is second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, so
the
you-
layout of the second floor, I guess.
What's that?
Just the layout, I'm assuming. Because most of it's ruined.
Yeah, but like you can see the entire you know, the foyer is open with great timbers that support the roof, and then to the right of that across the bottom it's all open. It's all like one big room. The upper right is where there are, you know, smaller, like a study and a games room, sitting room. That's where the walls are sort of more intact. There are, you know, sections of the roof there that are whole, but it's dark. So, you know, there's no light, there's no movement, there's no indication that anybody's using it. And what you can see across sort of the left side of the structure is where it's just been blown open. The roof's gone, and you know, smoldering rubble left. You know, standing bits of wall that are 3 to 5 feet high. You know, collapsed portions of roof that you have to sort of clamber over, or skirt around. But the relative open plan of the second floor lends some visibility.
But like over here, for instance. Oh, why
Over.
can't I click it?
Mhm.
This is all still walled in. On the second floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can't see that there's a staircase. Right here.
No, and you know what? That's strange because that staircase doesn't go anywhere on the first floor.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that is a staircase up to the roof of this map. It is. The staircase up to the roof.
Okay, so do we want to move into more of the center of the house, or do we want to go down these stairs that we're all at?
I think we need to move more into the center. I think the left side is mostly just kitchen, dining. I think there's too many people over on that side that we don't want to get involved. I think we should maybe head for the foyer stairs. That's just my opinion.
How many of us can disguise?
Well, you have the hat.
Right. I was thinking pretending to be one of the cooking staff. But I don't know. If maybe to find out more info, or somebody else who's better at negotiating and persuading. And we kind of like scout up here. Does it look like this is a common place that people come up here, Poker? Like it's well traveled, or it just seems like it's been left alone for quite some time?
Well, I mean, it was destroyed last night.
Oh, okay.
When Ember attacked. The plan that her and Keldrum had was she would come here and create a diversion to tie up the Crimson Order, so Keldrum could meet with a lot of you. Hopefully, whatever she didn't seem to last long enough. Dealt with her, and we're still able to arrive in time to try. But this second floor, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because it's wrecked, but there's no reason why anybody would come up here. Like the roof in this entire area around you is collapsed. There are bits of standing wall and stuff, but all around here the roof's just caved in.
I mean, it would be hard for all of us to be moving as a group down there. But at least we're out of sight, I'm thinking. And if we're out of sight and we can hold down while one person is able to maybe find out more info, and then maybe make a little bit more precision on where we can go or should go. I don't know, I'm suggesting.
I think someone turning into like an acolyte would probably be more beneficial to blend in, not so much look as staff members.
Oh, you're right, because they all look the same just about, and wearing a mask. Wait, we have a mask.
No, it's shattered.
We don't. He shattered it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Who's good at persuasion?
It would probably need to be you, because you're the one with the hat, unless Louis has disguised self.
I do not.
Would I be this like 9-foot acolyte?
I mean, you can make yourself shorter.
Okay.
Well, you're not 9 feet tall.
In my mind.
You'd be a 6-foot tall acolyte.
In my mind. Okay, let's do it. I mean, is that okay with the group? I mean,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yes, 1 square at a time.
Oh my god.
So sorry, recap for me. What are we doing? The rest of the party is staying upstairs while Noro disguises himself to look like
an acolyte. Oh god, I don't know about acolyte.
Yeah, no, acolyte.
An acolyte, yeah.
Because if you try to look like a kitchen staff, you'd need to try and look like a kitchen staff that is already there. Otherwise, you're going to get questioned as soon as you get spotted.
And so, are you appearing as a robed acolyte with the mask on and hood up?
Yes.
Okay. That is not uncommon. Those of you who scouted about the grounds and peered into windows, you did see a couple of red-robed individuals moving about, not patrolling, just like on their way from one part of the house to then another, without masks, but masks hanging from their belts. But you did see a couple in a common area where there was a servant nearby, and they did have their masks on. So to have a mask on and hood up in this place is not uncommon.
All right. So what's a good... If I'm traveling throughout the house, I'm talking to my teammates here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is a safe word, a whistle, or what do you want me to... Well, how do we know if like trouble is trouble? How do I let you guys know?
Jenga.
You're not quiet.
Okay, so I'd have to let out an intimidating roar, or how about that bell? Do I want that
No,
bell?
you don't want to.
No, we don't want you to use that.
I want you
All
to
right.
use that. I really want you to use it.
Keep in mind, you've got the bandits that are outside with horns that are going to blow those horns and alert every single person they can with that. If you draw attention.
Got it.
So, don't draw attention.
Right, okay. Oh gosh, I'm supposed to try to get info.
Yeah, no problem.
Noro, big brain. All right.
Well, you don't even have to necessarily ask too many questions. Just walk around.
I'd say stick to the hallways for right now.
Mhm.
Got it.
If there's any open doors, just like take a peek in without actually going in, and then I guess head to the foyer. I imagine that's where we will be because we can see down into it from the second floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and if anybody asks, just tell them that you're looking for Steve.
I'm looking for a Steve.
You're looking for Steve.
How big is your illusory form? Are you appearing a little smaller, or are you appearing at your full size?
I know I appear, but how is this an illusion, or do I literally shrink in size?
No, it is an illusion. So you can project an illusion that is, I think, up to a foot shorter than you.
Yeah, I think it's a foot.
Okay.
So, how tall is Noro in
Okay.
reality?
7.
He's 7 feet even. So, if you try to walk under a 6-foot tall doorway, the illusion will look like the head will clear it, but you will smack your face on the overhang.
And I imagine if you ducked, the illusion would duck as well, somewhat odd.
Yeah.
That might be a giveaway, you know. You can appear 1 foot shorter or taller, and it can appear thin, fat, or in between.
Okay. My weird question is, can I see what my illusion sees, or is it because I have to literally see it? In other words, because most doors are 6 foot tall, so if I'm standing in front of this door and I want to peer in, I know that my illusion will be looking right in there, but I'll be blocked by the view. So will I be able to see?
No, doors are taller than 6 feet. Doors are like 8 feet tall.
Okay. Then this is like the first place I want to peer in. And I kind of want to see the reaction, like when they see me look in there, like what are they, like facial expressions.
So you make your way down the hall. Your footsteps on the stone pavers in this hall, echoing louder than you'd like them to. It's just in your head because of you're trying not to draw too much attention to yourself. As you get to the doorway and peer in, you see the door is shut, just ajar a bit. The smell of wonderfully cooking meats. The sound of chattering serving staff, and the warmth of the hearth light pours through the crack in the door, and as you reach out and push the door open, 2 of the serving staff look up at you, and the one closest to you just says, "Supper will be ready in 10 minutes, my lord."
Oh God, don't distract him with food.
Delicious. Okay, well, just kidding. I don't say anything. I just kind of like nod, and I continue down the hallway.
He goes back to what he was doing, chopping vegetables. Seems to not notice anything strange about you. Where are you going next? And I see the others are moving into position at the top of the stairwells.
Well, I just didn't want to be at the edge of the building where we might get spotted.
Ah, point.
I go here, and as I pass through here, I'm trying to pay attention closely to details. Like, I don't know.
Well, as you go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh.
Ooh, good stuff. Yep.
Even with a 4, the smell of urine and feces assaults your nose as you walk past the lavatories. Feel that much, and I'll go ahead and reveal the rest because you can hear somebody actively shitting behind a closed door. The door to the other loo stands open. And there is a foul odor that escapes it.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm going to try to tiptoe past this guy.
Should just go into the other stall and make an even bigger stank.
We're going to have a
but
poop.
you do note it as a potential place you could, slip away to if you had to.
Got it.
Ahead of you and to your left, right of you on the map, the flicker of light shines out from a large open archway, and you see the edge of a large dining table with candelabras set on it. There is a robed, masked acolyte directing a servant to set dinner places. You can hear him. There is a tension in his voice. No, not there. There. The head of the table. Yes. And he turns and looks at you. And it just looks at you. Eyes glittering from beneath the mask.
I'm just gonna nod, kind of like, I don't know, like we're one and the same, and I'm just gonna like keep walking by, just patrolling.
All right. You pass a large set of double doors that are closed. You assume, given how close this hallway is to the outside of the building, that it exits into an outdoor area. Ahead of you is a small sitting area, a door that you imagine opens out onto the porch, and windows you can really see out onto the porch. Noro, you see this. At the same time that Lunalia, with her passive perception, hears it, a large but rather plain horse-drawn carriage pulls up to a stop in front of the home. And Noro, if you are looking through the windows, you see a tall figure in ornate red robes, with a stripe of black down each side of his chest, with large golden runes embossed on those black stripes. He looks very much like the other red-robed wizards, the sort of the leaders that you've fought before, but his collar is higher, and the tattoos on his bald head are more ornate. And he walks with an air of authority about him, flanked on either side by a masked, robed acolyte that also exits the carriage. As the carriage pulls away, the three of them ascend up the steps. With a wave of his hand, the gates open, and they ascend up the steps onto the porch. The two bandits... you can't actually see them, but you do hear... the murmur of conversation from outside. Footsteps as people stand up and speak and then sit back down.
Okay, so they don't move; they stay where they are. They just simply stand, I
Yep.
guess, out of respect, and then as he's, I guess, entering the building.
Yeah, and there are a couple of acolytes that gather at the front of the building, and let's see. And there we go.
Awesome. What I'd like to attempt to do. Oh my gosh.
And I'm just going to leave all of that static there so that you
Okay.
can, and give you a little time to think about what you want to do. The others, Lunalia, you'd become aware of this first. The others would have, hear it eventually as well. A carriage pulled up and some people exited it and are approaching and entering the building. So I'll give you all a little bit of time to think and talk about what you want to do.
Lunalia would just want to watch and wait.
Yeah, Rogar would try and stay out of sight of the ground floor.
Because I'm assuming anybody looking directly up from the foyer would be able to see over the railing.
Yeah, so the second floor above the foyer is mostly open. The roof is still intact. Great timbers hold it up here in this area. A balcony runs around the three sides of the foyer. The stairs descend from that balcony. All you have to do is stay out of sight. Stay back a little ways from the edge.
Mhm.
It is dark up here. Any light from the setting sun is really faded. What last bit of dying light comes over the horizon, it just pours in through the windows a bit, casting long shadows. But other than that, it's just the light from the chandelier above and the candelabras about. As two acolytes rush up to the doors to open them, and this tall figure enters. You guys could, Rogar, Lunalia, Scribble, make a stealth check. Louis, are you still hanging out at that back stairway, or did you move up with them?
Yeah, sorry. I'm up with. I'm just not right in front of the Roll20 right now. But yeah, I'd be watching this all as much as I can
Okay.
with them.
Cool. If you guys want to make a stealth check to watch but stay out of sight. Pass Without a Trace is still active for all of you except for Noro.
Real quick, actually, Monsieur Oiseau, do you think that we should maybe take care of the guards outside so that they do not raise an alarm? I mean, I do not know that there is any way that we do not end this with combat. And do we want them to blow their horns? I don't know.
Do you have a quiet way to knock them out?
Not really, but a bunch of magic missiles, at once could probably just take care of it before they have a chance to blow their horn.
I would save it as a just in case if things get bad. We might need everything we have to get out of here.
But if things get bad and then the horns blow, things could get worse. Oui? I mean, maybe it is not just to let the other people in here know, but maybe it is to let others somewhere else know to come here. Oui?
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Also, Poker, one question. That the lock that was on that gate,
Yes.
the ward on it, would I know enough about it to know how I could set it off if I wanted to?
It must be. Let me just have a look at the spell here. You do not have the Glyph of Warding spell as a known spell, do you?
No.
Okay. With your Arcana check, you were able to identify it with your investigation check, and you were able to decipher sort of what it was. Like, you could tell what spell it was. Let's see. Nothing conclusive here in the spell text on determining the trigger.
But like, do I think that if I like smacked it really hard, if that would set it off, or if I just picked it up and smacked it against the back of the gate, would that set it off? Would I have any idea about that?
Your best guess is tampering with it. Trying to inflict damage on the lock or picking it, perhaps. You can't think of any, like, with your analytical mind, you can't come up with any reason why it would be warded, and have a trigger other than that, given that touching it didn't set it off. So the only other thing you can think of that would make sense is if somebody tried to tamper with it, break the lock or pick it. You're 100% certain picking the lock would set it off. The only thing you can't tell is you don't know if it is like, an alarm spell that's been stored in it, or if it's an explosive rune, or like you're unable to decipher what the rune was, just that it is that spell.
But maybe if we needed a distraction, at some point soon, we could set that off. I don't know. But either way, it was great to deal with the one guy that was ill, but, maybe we should deal with the rest of them.
I still think that we should wait, but if that's what you think is best.
What is the advantage of waiting?
If we wait, we can still sneak our way in and find what we're after. If we choose to attack now and things go well, we might not even get to the people that we're trying to save.
But if we do not deal with them now, then we will have to deal with them later. There's no way that we sneak out all of these prisoners. So no matter what, we will have to deal with them. Is it better to try and do so now and be very quiet while we do it, or do we just add it onto the pile of the things that we will have to deal with when we are trying to flee here?
I say we deal with it after. If we mess up before we even find the prisoners, then this entire operation could go south.
Or they could get moved, they could just execute them, we don't even know if they're actually here. We don't know if Kaldrum has the ability to get some people out. We don't know if he's only going to get Ember out and then bugger off. Lunalia thinks there's too many variables to attack first and then see what happens. She'd rather figure out more of the place and then decide.
Monsieur Oiseau, what do you think?
Let's see what happens with this guy coming in. Now, do we know that someone has just showed up, or is it just Nalia?
She would have told you if you hadn't heard it.
Yeah, she would have heard that the carriage coming down the street. You're all very aware of these three figures approaching the front doors, and I imagine, as you're having this whispered conversation, they're just coming up to the doors. Two acolytes are rushing up to let them in.
Let's see how the bandits react whenever the guy comes inside.
D'accord, c'est bon. Continue.
All right. Stealth checks all around. I don't know if that 12 Lunalia rolled was. Yeah. Sorry.
When you told me to roll.
Yeah, we got him. Just need one from Louis if he's, or if you're somewhere where you can roll it, or I can roll it for you.
Sorry, one sec.
Well, there's a 1d20 plus 10 for a 29 if you want to take it. I'll leave that up to you.
That works. I think that's what my stealth is, anyways.
Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, the plus 10 is for the pass without trace.
It's plus one more, so 30. Perfect.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's damn. I wish my dice rolled for my guys that well. You all quiet down and watch as they approach. The two acolytes rush up to the doors, and again, Lunalia, you're from your vantage point, you can't hear what they say, but there is a phrase uttered as they reach for the doors, and then the doors, then they pull the doors open. Standing in the doorway, silhouetted with the last rays of the setting sun, is this tall, bald figure. Robes more ornate than the others you've seen. Runes etched into the sides of his bald head. Again, far more ornate than the others. He stands tall, looking down his nose at the acolytes. Almost glides effortlessly into the room. As he does, is the two acolytes that flanked him coming in behind him. There is a brief conversation. One of the two acolytes that let them in bows deeply. Lord Voss, we were only just now alerted to your arrival. And he holds up a long-fingered hand and cuts the acolyte off. Dispatch with the pleasantries. I'm here because things have not gone as they should have. Where is she? Lord Voss, she is indisposed. Bring her to me. She is indisposed. We cannot interrupt her ritual. Well, then I will go see her myself. Take me to her. She asked if we would prepare a meal for you. We know your journey has been long. Nonsense. Teleportation. But an instant. Take me to her. Please, sir, just a few minutes. A fine meal we've prepared. Now I get to roll some dice.
That acolyte's gonna die.
That acolyte is very, very persuasive. There's a long pause. Fine. A few minutes. I'll give her that much. She's earned it. Come with me, my lord. The acolytes turn and lead him through a door, and it is at this moment, Noro, you hear footsteps coming towards the door down the hall from you. What are you doing?
Other than shitting your pants.
I grab the nearest candle, throw it on the nearest drape. Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, please don't be kidding. Okay.
No, so I'm by this door. I quickly look to see if there's anybody here. Is there anybody visible?
There is not.
All right, so I would like to slip through here, but I'd like to almost in a stealthy way watch to see which direction they go. So kind of like 1, 2.
You're gonna like from outside watch through the window?
Yeah, like something like here. Like I'll hide here because that way I'm kind of like trying to block, or here and here. I'm gonna try to see which way they go from here, but I'm also trying to stay out of sight from the bandits on this side.
All right. You open the door, and go ahead and make a perception check and a stealth check for me as you slip outside. Your heavy feet, heavy form, causing the timbers of the deck to creak as you sneak across it. Ooh! Ooh, that's loud.
No.
The door slams shut behind you louder than you hoped it would.
Freaking spring door! I knew it.
But through the window, you do notice one of the acolytes, along with this tall, bald figure, certainly a character of leadership amongst them, move into the dining area. The door shuts behind them, the hallway dimming a bit from the bright light fading out as the door shuts. You become aware of the sound of footsteps as one of these bandits walks over and peers around the sort of curve of the foyer entryway. Oi, what are you doing there?
Has the master arrived?
And he's right pissed off.
No, don't say that. How do you know?
Because I nearly pissed myself when he spoke to me. Let's watch yourself around him. What are you doing out here, anyway?
I was to meet him when he arrived, but I guess he got here before I did.
Make a deception check.
Oh my god. Why you do this to me?
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. His eyes kind of narrow and his hand goes to the hilt of his sword. Right, well, you best get back inside then. I think the boys have tried to sit him down for a meal. Turns and starts to walk back to his chair.
Oh gosh.
The rest of you upstairs, observe their what is obviously their leader or overlord follow one of the acolytes into a side hall, while the other three in the foyer begin speaking quietly and then move off into various parts of the building. This guy goes door to follow his boss. What are you all doing? Let's start with Noro.
From here, can I pick up any conversations that are going on?
No.
Is that possible? No, it's too far. Dang it. You said when he came in, I heard a door shut. Would it be this door or this door?
Both. I mean, peeking through the window, that's what the perception check was for. You would have seen them come through this door and go through that door, and you're gonna guess they're sitting him down at the table for a bite to eat while he waits for someone else. Additionally, you get the sense that the guard that you spoke to believed you, but if you stick around too long, it might. He was already suspicious about you skulking around out here, if you hang out much longer, he might come back over and might have disadvantage on your next check again.
Yep. Okay. I'd like to go back where I was and actually pass along through here. Kind of like make my way towards this direction. But this time I'm going to look at the door and figure out why the hell did it slam on me last time.
Well, make an investigation check.
It's like, don't do that again, please.
17.
Just look at your big dinner plate size hands. Put 2 and 2 together.
Tiny Noro. That's what I'm calling myself. Just being 1 foot shorter.
Noro, you reach for the door handle, and perplexed as to why the door slammed shut so loudly. I mean, you and I know that it's just the DM describing your low skill check, but in character you're like, there's something up with that door. It shouldn't have shut so hard. Taking that extra few seconds to look at it, you see a glyph inscribed on the door handle.
Oh.
Thinking back, you did not see a glyph on the inside, but you do see one on the door handle on the outside. A very ornate. I think to Noro, he would see it as like it's very definitely something that he can't read, but it is also very definitely something he recognizes as magical. He's seen enough magic shit now that it doesn't look right, and it's certainly not something you saw on other door handles in this place.
Yep. At this point, Noro sees all magic is bad unless it's coming out of my own teammates, and so right now this is bad. So now I'm gonna have to go through the front door.
All right. You walk over to the front door, and now having seen it, you also see the same rune inscribed on the door handles here.
Mother trucker!
This one a bit larger, and half of it... Basically, it's like... it's inscribed very lightly on both doors. The left half of the circular rune around the handle on the left door, and the right half arcing around the handle on the right door. Traced very faintly into the timber of the door itself.
Oh God Almighty. Okay.
Aren't you glad you rolled that high of an investigation check?
Oh my God, I am now. Okay.
Boy.
I don't know if this is gonna work, guys, but
It'll work.
okay. I'm gonna call the bandit over, the one that looks familiar to me that caught me.
Oh God. What do you say?
I kind of want to just tell him, I was like, hey, I need a favor. I had one of my acolyte brothers put a prank on me on one of these doors, and now I'm afraid to touch them. And I just want to know if it would happen to you if you touch the door and open it.
That, sir, is going to be a deception check with disadvantage.
No, that's what I was afraid of.
I told you.
Oh,
Son of a bitch. Son of a...
He looks at you, and a smile begins to spread across his face as he draws his weapon
All right. I try to convince him. I say, wait.
He just shakes his head. You don't have to be alive to answer their questions. So he draws his weapon, and I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
God dang it, no!
Let's do
All
this.
right.
Let's see. Let me bring up the tracker, and where to go? There it is. Let's change the combat round to 1, and Dark, if you could dial up some music. Appropriate music. Let's Bandit here, and
Oh, no.
That's not appropriate?
Oh my god. No!
And Noro, if you want to... Oh, you've got yours already. You get advantage on initiative?
Yes. They didn't do so good.
No, you didn't. They both get a turn off on you.
Mm-hmm.
There. That. Cool. All right. I don't hear any... Oh, it's quiet. Turn it up. All right. So...
Before you begin,
Mm-hmm.
is there any way that I would have been able to see Noro outside speaking to anybody through that window?
You would have seen a red you would have seen a red-robed acolyte walk past this window, and you would have seen another figure move past this window, ostensibly one of the bandits sitting on the porch, and that's it.
Okay. Would she be able to infer, having seen Noro turn into a dude, that that's Noro?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bunch of these guys here, and visually his disguise is... I'd say you'd think it's a 50-50 shot. You're not sure, but
Okay.
it could be him.
Well, also, how much are you looking at the one window that's all the way across? I feel like it's a stretch that any of us know what's happening out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd see figures
Normally
moving
it
out
would
there.
be, but with her passive perception being 25, she tends to notice things.
25.
My
Holy.
passive perception is 25.
Jeebus. It's gone up. I think it used to be like 21, didn't it?
Not for at least a level.
Holy shit. Alright, so the bandit draws a short sword, scimitar short sword, and goes to... Yeah, that's kind of all he attempts to attack you, does an 18 hit.
Yes.
2 points of slashing damage as he carves into your chest through the illusion. Yeah, you know what? He was going for your throat. And instead, carves into your chest and takes a step back. Let's have him do a vision check. I believe a 15 is exactly what to see through, to recognize this is an illusion. You hear him say, "Well, you're not quite what you seem, are you? Get over here!" And his buddy runs up. Oh, can't quite make it. Yeah. Can't quite make it. He's gonna sprint. He's gonna use the dash action to flank you. But he does not get an attack. As he also draws a short sword. The turn is to you.
I'm going to grab the bandit in front of me that just attacked me. Grapple.
Okay.
Are you freaking kidding me? I got a 1!
Oh, no.
You got a +7 on athletics. Oh man.
Yeah, well, I mean, he could roll lower.
Yeah, athletics is not a hit or miss thing. It's
It's contested.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, he does manage to take a step back and just miss your large meaty paw swiping for him. Bonus action movement.
Second attack.
Oh
Grapple again. I need to grapple him.
I'm sorry, I need to change this music. It's too intense for a thug combat.
yeah. Got any clown music?
No.
Oh.
Please. Okay, that's better.
That'll work.
This time you grab him.
Alright. So I'm going to WWE grab him and do a suplex and drop him behind me onto this guy.
Well, you
Try
can
to
move
put
him. You can move him up to half of your movement once you have him grappled.
Alright, so then it was kind of like a grab, and then I want to toss him on top of this guy to kind of like put them both in a prone position. I'm aiming to knock them both down.
I think if you wanted to do that, so you can either grapple him or you can use your grapple to shove him. But you're out of attack actions for the turn.
That's true. Okay. I meant to ask also, do these people have horns on them?
They both
Sure.
appear to, yes.
Oh, son of a... Okay.
Just break their mouths, and then they can't blow a horn.
Can we hear the scuffle from where we are?
Yes.
Louis, now we go.
So, at the end of the initiative turn, Noro, you have the bandit in front of you grappled. There is another bandit behind you drawing his weapon. The rest of the team inside, up the stairs, hears the sounds of a scuffle outside and a shout. What do you do? Are you going to join initiative and act, or are you going to wait?
Is there a wall here on the second floor?
Yes. Do you want to run over there and jump down? You can.
Well, that's what I was asking.
There's the remains of a wall and a window that's blown out. So yes,
Okay.
you can. It would be about 15 feet to the ground.
Okay.
So if you're just gonna jump straight down, it's I'd say you could make an athletics check to hop down without landing la prone.
Lunalia's gonna say to Rogar, someone needs to stay here and keep watch. I think you should go help Noro.
You want me to stay or go? Okay, I'll go. And I guess I will make my way to that blown out window.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative then.
Whoops, didn't target myself.
That's fine. I can. That. Apparently, I can't fix that. Here.
Want me to just roll again and then change it to 15?
It's not putting you in.
He's in there
no,
with
there
a
it
3.
is. Yeah, it's there. 16? Good.
15. I rolled again just to see if it would put me on there.
Got it. Alright, Louis, are you hanging back or are you going with him? Like I can skip if you guys are just hanging back. You're not actually taking any offensive actions. We can skip initiative for you and just each turn just ask you what you're if you're doing anything.
Lunalia's hanging back.
I'm moving towards this guy in the back.
I might as well at least roll initiative.
Okay.
Not bad.
Is that with
No, it should have only been the first one. I think I clicked it twice by accident.
Ooh, fixed. Alrighty. We start the turn with Scribble.
So I had kind of moved back towards this guy. Where do I have to be to attack this bandit back here?
Just looking at the map of the second floor here.
Looks like it opens up to a balcony just above that doorway.
It does, yeah, and the balcony is still intact. You can basically move out onto that balcony directly above him, and shoot him in the head, or stab him in the head, or drop down on it.
Shit on his head.
But yeah, basically there is a small semicircular balcony right here above the doors.
So I should be able to make it to there.
Mhm.
Can I tell how strong these bandits appear to be?
Yeah, I mean they're your run-of-the-mill city thugs. 11 hit points, short sword, lightly armored. Nothing
Okay.
fancy. They're red brands. You've been around enough of these guys to know that at your power level, you're gonna mop the floor with them.
All right. And how loud is magic missile? Is it gonna draw a large, sound or anything?
I like to think that magic missile whistles. I like to think
fairly quiet.
that spell casts, that there's some element of sound to them, but I don't know. I mean, you could cast it and we'll see what happens. But it is not silent.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if magic missile or chromatic orb would be louder, or draw more attention.
Does chromatic orb have a verbal component to it? Magic
Yes.
missile
Yeah.
does. So that means you have to say something.
Well, I'm not worried about him. I'm drawing a large amount of attention. Like if I cast lightning lure or something, it's a big flash of lightning that people are gonna see.
I mean, I think of magic missile as an arrow, right? That's basically it is. They're arrows made of force, right? Isn't that what it describes?
Okay.
as? Dart. It's a dart of magical force. So I would say that it sounds like it would if you threw a dart at something, So maybe it makes like a whistle kind of going through the air, and then whatever it impacts, and then whatever your verbal component is, but it's not going to be an explosion, right? Like a fireball or lightning bolt.
Okay.
That's and poker. I mean, it's up to you, but that's my take.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I
it,
picture it.
it wouldn't be super loud. I'm just imagining it, as sort of a generic arcane, through the air, and not an explosion, but definitely the sound of an impact when it hits. So that is 16 points of force damage. Did I read that correctly?
I think there's 5, so it's 20.
What was a 5?
It's a 3rd level, so there's 3 at 1st level, 4, 5.
Right. Yeah, I always forget. It's the base roll is for a single one. Get 3 at first level. 20 points of force damage drills the bandit into the ground. His body lies still unmoving. I am, however, going to leave his prone form there. He is very dead, but his body is very discoverable as well.
Okay, that works.
Into a bush.
There's like a red X you can put over him.
Yeah.
Or into the well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's not in the upper right corner either. It's like fully over them.
That's cool.
That's neat. Cool. All right. That's Scribble's turn. Anything else? Bonus action movement? No.
Nope.
All right. Noro, the bandit you're grappling, looks down at the robed arm that's grabbing him, and I'm gonna need you to make a athletics check as he reaches down and tries to pry your large bear paw off of him. He gets a 6. I'm assuming you can't roll lower than that. Your arm doesn't budge, and he looks up at you, and his eyes kind of go wide as he stabs at you with his short sword again. You
Yes.
7 points of slashing damage. At this point, it is Rogar's turn.
So I'm going to, I guess, take a step out of the window and... How far down to the ground is it?
It's about 15 feet from the windowsill. I mean, you can just use your movement to run down the wall. Or you can make an athletics check to jump down.
No, I will run diagonally down the wall towards the first guy. And I guess I'm gonna try and grapple the horn off of him.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Does he see me?
That's a good question. I mean, there's nothing he can really do to react. You know what? You're running down the wall from the second floor window. No, I'm gonna give you advantage on the attack. Sorry, on the check. Yeah, you grapple him easily. Like, is this like a jump off the wall, tackle him to the ground type of thing, or?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then in that case, we'll say he is. You grapple him and knock him prone. Just with the force of your weight coming down as you come running down the wall towards him. With your second action, your second attack action, I think it might even probably do this as a free action. Just grab the horn off his belt and chuck it away.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Basically
with
interacting with an object, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you tear the horn free and knock it away, leaving you a second attack action. If you so choose to take one.
What's it cost to move? To move an enemy? Is that another action or?
No, it's just your movement, but you just move at half speed with it.
I'm basically going to try and move him away from Noro.
Okay. Yeah, you could pick him up and pull him to the side, or
basically just
pull him back 5 feet.
Right below me, so nobody's getting a flanking bonus. And I will, I guess, restrain him with my second action.
Yeah, so that's that's an interesting thing there with restraining people. I was reading about it, like, technically by the book you have to have a feat to actually, I think you have to have the grappler feat to actually be able to restrain somebody. Normally you can't actually restrain somebody. You can't do anything beyond grappling. RF, correct me if I'm wrong. That seems to be kind of how it is by the book, but it's also kind of dumb that you can't just, that there's no way without a feat to actually restrain an opponent. I like to think that a second person assisting like a grapple check from a second person could restrain. Kind of looked at a few different ways over the years, but maybe a second grapple athletics check contested again. Go from grapple to restrained. Just keep in mind, if you restrained, you are also restrained yourself.
And if I'm restrained, I won't be able to attack, correct?
I believe these are disadvantage, and attacks against have advantage.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to punch him in the head.
Okay.
Until he goes to sleep. So with this grappling, it's... am I at disadvantage to attack, or is it just normal?
No, it's just normal. The only thing the grappled condition does is it reduces his movement to 0.
Okay.
But you did pull him back away from normal, right?
Yes.
Unarmed strike of 12, and their AC is 12. You smack him in the head for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm gonna roll on the massive damage table.
Holy fuck!
Knock him out. Amazing.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I guess I'll use the rest of my movement to get up. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. All right. Well, he is KO'd. And that was his turn. So it is to Noro. Rogard comes running down the side of the building impossibly fast, tackles the bandit behind you to the ground, drags him back 5 feet, and smacks him in the head so hard his lights go out. You're left with the single bandit who's now carved into you twice, that you're hanging onto in front of you. What are you going to do to match that?
I'm just gonna choke him out. I'm gonna choke him out.
Alright, go ahead and make an unarmed strike.
Basically, go to sleep. Why? Why a 10?
Oof. You got 2 of them.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
Get that other hand in there.
Oh my god, he's gonna die.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that damage. So 5. I don't know. What is your unarmed strike? Is it
Isn't it 1 plus your strength?
It is. I think it's 1 plus your strength.
So
But only dice are doubled when you crit, so I don't think that really critting on an unarmed strike actually does anything, unless it does 2 plus your strength, maybe? I don't know.
Well, let's find out. Rules is written, they do not increase the damage of... no damage dice, no dice to double. Sucks, but them's the rules. Yeah, that's dumb, though. I think on a natural 20, given that there isn't really a rules to choke somebody out in 5th edition, you're making an unarmed strike. That's a pretty hard thing to do. You got the nat 20. Let's do that. But really, yeah. I'm going to take it as you succeed in what you're attempting to do. And you knock him out. How do I not reward a natural 20?
Yay. And then I'm just going to tell him, you should just listen the first time. Not yelling, of course. Just as I'm squeezing him out.
All right. Louis, the turn is to you. You're somewhat aware of this scuffle that's gone on outside. You know, I imagine Rogard diving on the guy and, you know, landing on the ground, and sounds of bludgeoning and swordplay outside is raised some alarm, although you guys managed to keep them down without them blowing their horns. Louis, what are you doing?
So do I see any reactions from anybody else inside? Do I see anybody else coming into this room or looking around? Do I hear any commotion coming from inside this building anywhere? Hearing somebody wearing full plate run down the side of a building?
Breastplate. 310 pounds of Dragonborn wearing, you know, another 100 pounds of armor and gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so do I hear anything else happening inside the building?
Yes. You are immediately aware of... Let me just mop up the initiative table here. You're immediately aware of 2 acolytes that begin moving towards the... Oh, good, they have an initiative 0. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, you hear footsteps coming from down the hall this direction, as well as from pretty much, you know, right below you here. And one more. Yes. There are 3 acolytes coming to investigate, as far as you can tell, just by the sound coming from different parts of the building around the foyer.
Sorry, where was the third?
You think from beyond the door where they exited.
If Lunalia hears people approaching the entrance to the foyer, she will roll for initiative.
Okay.
I might as well just roll it now, I guess.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll it now. I'll put you in the order, and we'll give you and Louis a chance to act before the top of the next round.
Did we notice, did the acolytes that we saw have any, have horns, have alarm horns?
No, they do not. Simple red robes with either wearing a mask or the mask hanging from the belt, nothing else. See. Oh, where's Pierre, by the way? I see you dragged him way off to the side here. Guessing he's with you, though. Oh, he's in the bag. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's in the bag. I guess... I mean, are we just like all systems go then?
Lunalia's only going to go if she sees somebody appear on the second floor, or if people are about to enter the foyer.
I'm going to hold a spell, a magic missile, right? I'm going to hold a spell for if I see somebody.
Okay. You're like right on the balcony there, overlooking, so you've got a good vantage point, and Lunalia, I'm guessing you're at the top of the stairs, sort of back out of sight?
Yeah, just out of sight at the top of the stairs.
Okay, are you also holding an action or a spell?
She's gonna hold a spell as well. More specifically for if anybody enters the foyer.
What?
What's what?
What spell?
Well, I'll tell you if it happens.
No, I mean
Whoa.
we have to declare what
have to
spell.
declare
Oh,
it.
okay.
You have to declare it, and you spend that spell slot whether or not.
Yeah, well,
Whatever
she's holding Entangle.
Okay.
How long has it been since we have entered this building?
Not more than 10 minutes. Probably not even 5 minutes, right? You guys have sort of moved into position, and yeah, you know what? No, Noro's gone inside and walked around a bit and asked him questions. 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, so my levitate spell is a duration of 10 minutes, so that's done at this point then, right?
Pass without a trace would still be up, but it's only going to affect me and you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much blew the element of stealth at this point, so...
Alright, this acolyte, you hear a voice say, "I'll check it out, wait here." And you see a robed acolyte enter the foyer.
I mean, that's the condition for my magic missile, so...
Yeah, it's the condition for my spell too. Oh, it wasn't Entangle, it's the other one that does damage. Let me find it.
So 16 damage to him as 4 magic missiles blast into him.
Oh, good lord.
Dead.
You're dead.
Sorry, Lunalia, what did you...
It's spike growth.
Oh, that ability.
Yeah, so it's gonna fill the foyer. It's 20-foot radius.
Like that?
Yep.
And, does it, yeah, I guess, like, it travels around walls and stuff too, right?
Yep.
Alright. And is that centered where you want it?
Yep.
Alright. Well, almost simultaneously, the thorns and vines grow out of the ground, coming up through cracks in the stonework, spreading quickly over the floor, all the way right up to the base of the stair, as missiles of force spiral out from Louis' hiding spot and slam into this acolyte. He hits the ground and is quickly torn to pieces by the spike growth.
Oh, right, the spikes are camouflage, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the spikes tear into him as he falls into them, and then quickly take on an appearance, blending into the ground. Terrain, or piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. Let's look natural. Alright, so that's the Acolyte's turn. Can't see the area at the time the spell is cast. Must make a perception check against your spell save DC to recognize it as hazardous before entering it. I mean, do they get an active check, or is it based on their passive? Because
I would think it's based on their passive. They shouldn't be able to see it at all.
Any
but
creature
if they
that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom check against your spell save DC.
yeah, but the fact they get to make an active check indicates they know that something's up. You know what? I mean, I made it. It was an 8. He can't see it anyway. 25. As he moves into the space, he takes 2d4 piercing damage for each 5 feet he travels. That's probably gonna actually, that, yeah, the massive damage, stunned, and then he found dead as well. God. Bodies everywhere. The next acolyte.
Still don't know where.
Moves up to here. He's gonna make a perception check, more just to scan the room and see what's going on. He senses something wrong and stops and looks about. He is going to hold the... Let's see. Yeah, he's going to hold the Firebolt cantrip. You see him just sort of take a step back and press his back against the wall and ready a spell.
What is 15 your DC, Linalia?
Yes.
Scribble. He didn't seem to see you guys.
Poor guy. So, from where I am, how far can I make it towards this other bandit? And then where do I need to get to cast on him?
Well,
This one out here on the right?
Yeah, let's have a look. Let me just open up the second floor map.
That's what I was trying to match up.
Yeah, I mean, exactly where you're drawing that line. Strike a line straight down that way. That's a hallway that runs all the way to the other side of the building, where there are windows that overlook where he's at.
So it would take me at least 3 turns to get to him. To attack from the second floor.
Correct. Or you could... yeah, I mean, that is a 10-foot wall there, right where your 15-foot marker's at. That's a good distance. The map is that big.
Well, I'm just going to drop down.
Okay. Make a athletics check.
What?
You could aim for the body to cushion your blow.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Got fucking 0, bro.
Holy shit. Well,
These
that's
poor
why
people are never getting rescued.
Only
that's
in
the- You
D&D.
take 6 points of fall
Jesus!
damage and land prone. Oh boy.
So we
Wait, do you
hear
have-
this like awkward bird noise.
A
Yeah, do you have
squawk
that
and a
cut off
splat.
scream when you fall?
Squawk and a thud.
But since I dropped straight down, can I get up and then open this door still?
Yeah, you can use half your movement to stand up and go open the door.
Perfect. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to turn my cloak into like a red cloak like the acolytes have.
All right. As you open the door, however, if I can find the damn thing. Come on. There you are. Nope. Yep. Wait. As you open the door, a glyph inscribed in the double doors glows suddenly. There's a high-pitched whine and then an explosion. Take 28 points of fire damage.
Assuming that we can hear this from where we are.
Oh yes. You hear just a huge blast.
Damn.
Gotta tenderize that boy before you cook it. I mean, that's it. If you've got movement left, you can still move. The door is open.
No, I'll stand here.
Okay. Then it's back to you, Rogar. There is definitely something going on inside now.
Rogar was just like, yeah, I'm gonna run down the wall, I'm gonna knock this guy out, it's all gonna be silent like. Then I hear a goddamn explosion on the other side of the house. And I
What
know,
makes you
no,
think you can run down a wall silently?
Well, he'll clank.
I was thinking about his chicken feet too.
Tail slapping against the windows behind you.
Do I try and salvage this? Or do I just... The one that I know... Well, I guess both of them are unconscious. So I'm just gonna grab both horns and take them with me and just go back up to the second floor.
Okay.
I will offer Noro a hand up to the second floor.
At this point, Poker, does my illusion has fallen off, or is it still on?
No, as long as you wear the hat. I mean, the guy you grappled was able to tell when he cut you. Actually, he was able to tell that because he went for your illusion's throat and actually cut you just across the chest. He was able to tell them when he physically interacted with you that it was an illusion, but the illusion is still active. Somebody else that sees it will still see a red robe.
So I might not necessarily know that it's Noro.
I mean,
well, no, I mean I've seen Noro choke out people
just
before.
watched him put hands on a guy and the guy stopped moving.
Yeah.
Pretty safe bet.
Is this Noro? Chokes out a person. Yeah, that's Noro.
Yeah, you literally watched it. That's like the closest thing to a business card he's got.
I'd like to tell Roger I have an idea, and I'm going to maintain my illusion and run back through this door. And I'd like to swing around here if it's possible and just kind of pretend I'm one of the acolytes.
Run back through the door that has the glyph on the handle? Sure.
Oh god, I forgot about the stupid guy.
I will remind you guys, there are windows.
All right, then I'm going.
They're like framed windows that don't open, but you could, jump through one if you wanted, or...
I don't even look like I fit.
No, yeah, they're large enough. You just have to break the window, jump through.
All right, I guess that's better than an explosion. I go ahead and just tell Rogar to keep going.
All right.
I'm gonna bust through here and get back in.
Okay. Keep track of your... Well, yeah, you guys are both pretty close in the initiative order. So, Rogar, you go ahead and use your movement to get back up. I don't know if you're going to dash or not.
Nope, just 15 to the wall and then 15 up, so I'm on the second floor in the window that I just jumped out of.
And then, Noro, just go ahead and make an attack roll against the window. Have the DC and hit points for window.
I think the window dodged.
No.
He just got stuck.
Here we go.
You break your knuckles on the window.
Statistics for objects. Crystal, glass, ice, AC of 13. Hit points for a small object like a chest or... Okay, here we go. A 10-foot by 10-foot window is anywhere between 5 and 27 hit points. You break the window. I'm not going to have you make multiple
5 and 27 hit points. Holy cow.
Well, that would be a cart or a 10 by 10 window. Now, a window is on the fragile side, so it'd be closer to the 1d10 than the 5d10. But yeah, no, like a single attack with a, you have a variety of weapons and a, steel armored arm. You can get through a window in one attack. You bash the window in and step through.
Yes.
And where are you going?
Around this end over here. And then I'm kind of looking in here, and I'm all like, I guess I'm like, we're under attack. Where do you want me to go? I'm actually trying to suggest, like, we need to defend the prisoners. Which way? Or, you know, the ones that we have.
Do you say that out loud, or? That's
When
kind
you
of
word it like that, it makes everybody pause.
I know, right?
that's kind of brilliant. I mean,
Yes.
Say that out loud?
I do
No.
want to.
no, that-
I
I'm
want to
asking
say it out
because
loud. Yes.
because it's very pointed, but it's kind of brilliant in the thick of things to be like, you know, we need to defend we need to protect the prisoners. Which way?
Yeah.
Make a deception check with advantage. You're catching them off guard. You can see that Kraneth Voss, their leader, and the two acolytes that he was conversing with here they've both heard this commotion out front. You know, one of the acolytes has just left the room, and you know, and the sound of a corpse hitting the ground. You know, spells being cast, more commotion, another corpse hitting the ground. Like they've gotten out of their chairs and they're moving to the door. You say this. One of the two, I got a 20, a 17, and a 2.
Damn it!
One of the two, the tall bald man looks towards you with, and his eyes narrow. One of the other acolytes looks at him as if, you know, sort of to silently, you know, ask him what to do. The third acolyte says, "To the basement, follow me!" And he turns and runs out the door.
And I just follow suit.
All right. That's your, I guess, your dash action. Like you've gone a long ways.
Yep.
You got to be out of.
I'm out of movement. I'm out of turns. For sure, I want to dash because I want to stay or get close to where the guy is going, and I kind of like in a doorway as well.
Well, I'm just thinking from where you were to where you ended up, plus the attack to break the window has got to be 30 feet.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, then my turn's over.
Yeah. So you just saw him run out the door. On your next turn, you can follow him. Lunalia. There is one more acolyte down below you that you're aware of. He seems to be holding a spell. You can see him chanting something quietly. And he's got one hand up, and there's a wisp of flame in his palm.
Yeah, she is going to... Let me just double check, make sure that's not concentration. It is. She's going to cast... Oh shit, I don't have that today. She's gonna cast Frostbite. It's a cantrip, but she's gonna cast it at first level.
Can you do that?
You can't level up cantrips, but like now that we're 5th level, it does.
Oh yeah,
do,
that's
like,
what it is.
2d8
So it
damage,
increases the
whatever.
damage.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
That's not right.
What? Well,
Oh, it did
Yeah, you
cast
rolled
it
a
at
1 and a
2d6.
two.
Okay,
it
cool.
does, yeah, it's just not very much. Con save does not make the con save. What is the con save? Half the damage, or half the damage?
It has disadvantage on its next weapon attack.
Well, when you show yourself to cast the spell, He turns and casts a firebolt at you as well. So he takes the 3 points of damage from your frostbite. Points his outstretched palm at you, and a mote of fire flies towards you. This is a ranged spell attack.
Do I have cover up here from being behind the
Yes.
rail?
What's your AC? Without cover?
Without cover, it is 14?
Yeah, I'd say you'd have the equivalent of 2 AC of cover. It still hits. Firebolt is... Come on. 1d10 fire damage. These guys are... Apprentice is a first level spellcaster. Oh, yeah. 10. 8 points of fire damage. This mote of fire spirals out of his hand and sort of flies erratically through the air and bursts into a small gout of flame right in front of you.
Does a cantrip break my concentration?
Damage could break your concentration, so I need you to make a...
No. Me casting
No.
a cantrip. Okay.
The only thing that breaks your concentration is damage, dropping it willingly, or casting another concentration spell.
Right.
Falling unconscious, like if you get knocked out.
Right. So what am I rolling?
A Constitution saving throw, DC 10. Oh yeah, easy enough. You manage to maintain concentration easily, and unless you're going to move or use your bonus action, it is to Louis.
She is not going to do either of those.
Okay. I'm going to clean up some dead acolytes from the initiative order. Well, Louis, it's to you, and I'm just gonna punch some other guys here into initiative thing.
Alright, I am going to move to here, down the steps. And then I will cast Mage Hand. And, oh, shit. The glyphs are only on the outside of the doors, right?
I mean,
I would imagine.
you're not certain. Noro knows.
I'm trying to figure out if I would know that. I don't. I heard an explosion from Scribble. I have not seen any of these doors up close, though. Right?
Correct.
Shit.
But you're very wary of glyphs because you've already seen one. Say.
I've seen one, but I haven't seen any glyphs on doors.
Right.
Damn. Okay. Sorry. I was gonna blow that door open and set off the glyph remotely, but I wouldn't know to do that. So I need to rethink really quick. I think so at this point, sounds that have been heard are an explosion over by Scribble, a fight out here, and some scuffling in this main room here, right?
Yes. A magic missile, a firebolt, a frost spell. Like the sounds of spells going off in the foyer.
And I assume the two acolytes that died, they made some sort of noise as well. So it sounds like the noise, in the foyer, it sounds like the noise of battle.
Yes. No clang of steel on steel, but, the sounds of fighting and dying. Wizard battle.
Okay. Sorry, I had a plan that I thought was clever, and then I realized it wouldn't work, so give me a sec.
I would assume that Louis would know that there is an AoE, like an area spell down there.
He observed you cast it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen you cast this spell before, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, watching you cast the spell is enough for him to know it's there.
So I was there. Whatever, I'll just firebolt at this other accolade.
Yeah, you fought enough of these guys to know they are paper thin. Like, they have 9 hit points. A 15, yeah, definitely hits. I can't imagine 2d10 damage wouldn't fry this guy. Yeah, you cook him. He down.
That's this one?
Yeah.
I imagine observing the paltry firebolt he cast, Louis, mutters something along the lines of, "This is how you really do it." Pow! Like this massive, twice the size of the one he cast, bursts in his face, and the guy just falls to the ground, burning.
No, he doesn't.
No?
No. He doesn't deserve a quip. He's not worth a clever line.
Fantastic.
And then knowing, am I hearing some sort of commotion from that side over there?
You don't hear from there, but sorry, I'm gonna need to move Linalia for a second. And this guy first. Oh yeah, okay. You hear an acolyte. You hear footsteps. Where the heck did you? How did you? Oh, did you move back up to your position up there?
Yeah, I was gonna move down to here, but then I decided not to, and so I'm still. This is where I have been.
You hear footsteps fast approaching from below this guy here. Which, if I move Linalia, you can see that hall opens up. Footsteps fast approaching from here. You can see that hallway opens up onto the foyer, and there are other hallways off from there.
All right, so I'm going to move over to here, and we'll try to stay in somewhat of cover, if there is some.
Top of combat, that guy's gone. To Scribble.
Scribble the burnt.
Extra crispy.
Can I just start to sneak in with part of my movement to see down this hallway?
Yeah, of course. Are you being stealthy?
No, not really. I just kind of caused a big explosion.
Get the old reveal tool out here. A pair of double doors to your right. A single door to the left. Down the hallway, you can see that there is at least one acolyte in a sort of large common area.
So that door is open?
Which door? This one here? Come on. Hang on. Yeah, this one here? It's not. It's just drawn that way to indicate that it's a door.
I mean, well, if it's not open, I can't see through it, can
I?
Correct. I have a hard time seeing through closed doors.
Yeah.
Like, you said I could see the acolyte, but...
Yeah, you can see this guy here.
Okay.
Yeah, this door opens onto this room.
Oh, alright. It looked like it was, the door to him.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's the door to this room, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just reveal it. It looks like a storage closet. It looks like it's a very small door to what looks like a storage closet.
It's closed. Why are you revealing it?
Oh, come on.
You love revealing.
I touched enough doors.
Open it, I dare you. A bunch of brooms and towels fall on you.
Alright, so
And
I'm
ignite.
gonna cast Chromatic Orb at this guy.
Okay. Yeah, you can see like his shoulder, and he's got his back to you. You can see him there. I am just gonna put him on the initiative order just for fun.
And dead.
Oh dear God. Yeah. The orb sails through the air, spinning faster and faster as it flies towards him, pulling wisps of freezing moisture out of the air that increase its size as it slams into his shoulder. You can see it rimes half of his body in frost as it shatters, and he drops to the ground.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of retreat a little bit.
You do, however, hear a shout from just beyond him. And
Fair enough.
find him in the initiative. There he is. Let's move him, and we'll add this guy. All right. Is that everybody? No. Somehow I missed the big guy.
We don't need him.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. You guys need a challenge. Come on. His initiative is... would have gone before you, and, I'll just, you know what, I'll have him go. Noro, after you shouted, "We have to protect the prisoners," where? And the acolyte said, "To the basement, follow me," and ran out the door. Their leader looked at the other acolyte, and he stares daggers into him. "What's the meaning of this? What do you mean, prisoners?" And he turns and looks at you, and that's his turn. Actually, he casts a spell, and you see a shimmer of magic surround his form. You would recognize it. It's
Mage armor.
Yeah, your friends have cast it on themselves plenty of times. So, Rogar, to you. Second floor.
I guess I will run to, or yeah, I will basically. I'm on top. I'm on the second floor still. I'll run up to Lunalia and I guess tell her what happened outside and ask what's going on in here. What was the explosion?
No idea. It's a shit show.
Ready in action? Any other movement? Anything?
No, I will hunker down and I'll stealth to get out of sight because I don't know what to expect.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perfect. Pass with a trace is concentration, is it not?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Oh yeah.
She would also tell him, avoid the foyer. And just point at the two dead acolytes.
Got it.
Avoid the foyer. Don't touch the foyer.
Yeah.
Oh. The other acolyte in the room turns and looks at you. Looks back at his leader, and he says, "You didn't know? We've been collecting." And he stops and turns. Who are you? Name. Noro, he asks you.
Oh God.
Steve.
As he readies a spell.
Oh my gosh.
Would Noro know the name of the acolyte that we had held captive?
I don't think he gave you a name.
Oh, okay.
We talked to him for a while. Poker, you didn't give him a name.
No. He intentionally didn't give you his name.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, he's gonna let loose the spell.
Yeah.
Does a 10 hit?
Oh, thank God, no.
You very easily sort of step back behind the column of the archway around you, and a small blast of fire erupts in the space you were standing in, perhaps scorching the door behind you. And that is his. He shouts, "Imposter!" And he is going to. He's gonna run up and engage you because he doesn't know any better.
I'm gonna yell and be like, "You're the imposter!"
Nice. The other acolyte, where is he? Ah, there he is.
What's that guy doing? His arms have been crossed the whole time.
He runs out of the room. He doesn't. Yeah, no. So this acolyte is out the door. This guy runs out of the. No, you know what? He's gonna run into here and hide. Scribble, you hear a voice. You hear this acolyte who was standing next to his fallen friend when he burst into ice start shouting for help. Intruders! Intruders! Noro, it is to you. This acolyte has run up to you and he's about to put hands on you.
I wish to disengage and sprint to catch up with this acolyte.
Okay, well he's gonna get a attack of opportunity as you run past him. He draws a small dagger. And
oh my
gets
god,
a natural 20. It's you for 3 points of damage.
So you said two actions. You said sprint, which would be like dash, which would be a double move. But then you also said disengage. You can use your action to disengage, which means you can move away without taking AOP, or you can use your action to double move.
I just assumed he meant disengage in the casual sense, not actually the disengage action.
Well, actually, RF is a good point here. Hang on here.
I guess it's only 3 damage, so it's probably not a huge deal.
Yeah,
but
I kind of figured that Noro wouldn't actually disengage, that he would just fucking walk away from the guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away from just
because it's Noro.
Yeah. Ouch, but I'll take the 3 points. 1, 2, 3.
He hit you as hard as he could.
And I kind of like glare at him, like, oh, and then I'm just keep moving. It's 30 feet.
Yeah, so you still have your attack actions, or you can.
Can I ask him as I'm here? because I really do want to double move and dash. Like, is there a way I can ask this guy, like, now that I caught up to him, like, the basement? Hurry! Like, where? Can you give me a general direction?
Yeah, you throw the door open, and he is peering around the corner. He's kind of got his back to the wall. He's peering around the corner, and he turns back to you and he says, maybe thinking you're one of the guys who showed up with Kreneth Voss. That way, but it's not safe. You can see he's clearly hesitating. You gonna do anything, or is that it? Like, I'm assuming you move into the hallway with him and out of the room with the big dude.
Yes.
Okay.
I
or
move out of
actually,
the
sorry,
way.
that was your 30. I mean, it's not really 30 feet, right? Like, you kind of. You've got more movement. You can move into the hallway with him and kind of be next to him, or you can be here in line of sight of the big bad.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get in the hallway with him.
Yeah, so, like, I'll just move you into the hallway. There's enough room for you to kind of, like, squeeze past him and get in the hallway with him.
Because he sees me as a friendly, right?
He seems to, yeah.
Okay, because I'd like to go where he said. Where did he point?
He pointed out this direction, but he said it's not safe.
Oh gosh. I know purposely when I get to here, I'm pretty sure I see this giant root spell, right?
No, you don't.
Nope.
Oh, okay, it's invisible. That's right. Knowing that I've seen Rogar earlier, like doing some parkour shit off a wall, I know that my friends are active or near or something's going on. Do I see anybody? Is there anybody that I see? No,
yeah,
right?
You know what? You could, if you wanted to, you could look around the corner. Like, you know, you're standing like behind this acolyte, and he's kind of peeking around the corner. You could look around the corner with him, and see what you see. I don't know, Louis. Are you hiding, or are you just chilling out there with your finger pointed at the room, waiting?
I mean, I said I was trying to find cover. I don't think that I can like take a hide action.
Okay.
But I don't want to be just like chilling out in the open. I'm
No, I mean,
upstairs and back from the edge.
Yeah, you're like, it's
as much as possible.
It's a balcony, and you know there's like a banister, and you could also just get back away from the edge and somewhat out of sight. Right, you get partial cover for that.
Where is Rogar on the map?
Rogar
the
is
acolyte.
yeah,
Or
right.
above the acolyte.
Rogar's right
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I look around the corner with him, and I kind of yell towards that direction, and I just try to treat Louis as if he's one of the local maids in the house and be like, "You there, to the basement! We have to protect the prisoners."
Sorry, I cut out. So am I able to easily be seen from there, or not really?
If you maintain a position where you can see the foyer, somebody in the foyer can see you, but you'll have partial cover. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
So
Noro sees you, and then you hear you see two masked faces peek around the corner down here. I'm just gonna move Linalia for a second. Like right here, where this acolyte is, like it's like Noro right behind him, and you see these two faces peek around the corner, like one right on top of the other, two masked faces, and then you hear Noro's voice. And I'll put the others back.
all right, having done that, can I do my dash action and actually make it to Louis?
Well, Louis is upstairs, so.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought I could upstairs. I can see him on the stairs then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look out into the.
Yeah,
so this foyer basically like if these are like the four corners of the hole that opens up to the second floor, and the second floor it's like a balcony all the way around, with a railing and then there's a couple stairways that come down from it. Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
Yep. Yeah, so you look up and you can see Louis. You see like just the like the top of his head and his eyebrows. As he's sort of peeking over the edge, standing back a few feet to be almost out of sight. And then you shout something. And I imagine at the sound of Noro's voice coming from that direction, that's enough for, his friends to realize that at least one of these rogue figures is him.
I'm going to pause here.
Okay.
I'm going to pause here because I'm going to wait for the Acolyte to catch up. And as I call that out to, Louis, because I'm just going to assume everybody's like a maid of some kind, and just be like, come, we need as many bodies as possible to protect the prisoners. That's all I'm kind of doing.
All right. Lunalia, you witnessed this happen. See a robed figure run across and stop. You assume it's Noro, would guess. Or, blast him.
But I didn't see which one of them shouted.
No.
That's fine. I can assume that one of them is Noro.
Yeah.
I guess from the darkness she'll shout down, "Which way?"
Alright, the the other robed figure, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, barrels past. You see another figure go barreling past the first one. Follow me! And just goes running down the hall.
Yeah, then she will go as well.
Okay. You hopping down, you running down the stairs, you...
She will hop down.
Okay. Go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics check.
They're both garbage.
Nice.
Let's see. We'll go acrobatics. Woo, not the prone.
Good enough. You manage to land, not taking any damage, not falling prone, and go running after. Anything else you want to do? Oh, sorry, that's not your turn. Or is it?
Nope. But that's what I will do on my turn.
Okay. You
know,
have...
unless anybody else comes out.
How is it not your turn? You're in the same initiative order
Yeah,
as
it was
this
your
guy.
turn.
Oh, it was her turn. It's just that the Acolyte that you moved was also on the same turn.
Oh,
order.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she's going to move her max distance down that hallway.
Okay. Cool. Louis.
So where did Lunalia go?
She jumped down and ran underneath you into a hallway.
Yeah, she's going to use her action and her movement.
Okay.
So that's 30 feet plus 30 feet. But I don't know which door it is.
Well, I mean, it's not a door. You see the Acolyte ahead of you.
So she's just going to run up and use all of her movement to just get right on his heels.
Got it. Okay.
That's it.
Cool.
So
Yeah. Louis.
we haven't seen the big guy come out yet, right?
Correct.
But I know that there is some powerful figure here.
Yes.
Did we see him come in through the foyer if we were all up above?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you watched him come in with two other acolytes. They met the two that were already here, He and one of his acolytes and one of the ones already here exited through this side door.
We know that he's in the building, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
We know there's a big head honcho.
He's over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hide here.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so I'll try to, keep an eye on the foyer, but I would like to be hidden.
All right. Big guy time. What's he gonna do?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, sorry. Could you hear me? I'm. That's all I'm doing. Is I'm hiding. Okay.
And Linalia, I'm assuming you're keeping the spell active.
Yep.
Okay. Right. You see a figure, the bald one, come out from the same place the other two acolytes, well, Noro and the other acolyte, came from. He is going to make a perception check. Looks about, not see you. You hear his voice, perhaps supernaturally enhanced, perhaps just honed from years of oration. Talgrin, your house is in disarray. You disappoint me. Show yourself. And you can see him beginning to weave a spell, perhaps holding spell. Actually, no. You know what? He's going to cast. Ooh. Well, that's fun. Ah, shit, it doesn't move. Okay. My bad. He is going to... You see him cast a very familiar spell. No, he already cast Mage Armor. My bad. Come on. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. You see him raise two hands in front of himself, grab at the air, and just sort of grab illusory air in front of you and rip it to each side, and an illusory image of him pops to the left and right as he casts Mirror Image.
I'll counterspell.
From the shadows. Well, that's a second level spell, so you counter it. I imagine he would see you, like, casting the spell reveals position, right?
Correct.
His eyes snap up to your hiding spot. Who do we have here? Scribble.
Steve!
Oh, wait, no, we're looking for Steve.
Okay, so I heard the guy yelling for help, and
Yes.
I could tell he was moving towards me.
Yeah, slowly, though. Like, he definitely didn't dash. He might have stopped to check on his friend and stalking down the hallway in your direction.
I'm gonna pop out here and cast Minor Illusion
All right.
of a guard, just like, or one of these bandits people. Just kind of in the hallway there.
Like, right here?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yep. And then I'm gonna move back and look in this window here.
Turn him upside down. You look in that window and you see a baths. It's a stained glass window. You have to press your face against it, mash your beak against it, get your eyes very close to see through the blur. But it appears to be an empty bathhouse.
I thought you said bats at first.
Bats. I'm the knight.
All right. And so did I hear anything whenever, like, the illusion? So, like, maybe the guy was holding a spell or anything?
Bear with me a second. No larger than a 5-foot cube. Yeah, so you conjure the image of one of the guards, perhaps a little bit shorter than, and completely immobile, almost like a carved statue of him. You hear a, "You! Guard the stair! Hey!" And you hear footsteps as if he's approaching the illusion.
Okay.
Which he'll do on his turn. Rogar. You are aware of this powerful individual beneath your balcony position.
Shit. I'm gonna get right up next to the railing. Which I guess would be there. And I'm going to, I guess, hold an action. I'm going to hold an action. I'm going to jump down on top of whoever enters from below me, if I can hear someone below me.
So you're gonna tackle him from above.
Right.
Okay. I just drew the edge of the balcony there. So we've all got it. Okay. This guy walks over to the illusory image, realizes what it is, and begins backing away defensively. You hear him shouting at the illusion, and he walks up to it, and then he gets very quiet. Scribble.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Let's roll some brain dice. You see the door push open. That's the wrong guy. Sorry. You see the door push open, and the acolyte steps out. And I imagine you're just there by the window, not hiding or anything, right?
No, I'm not hiding.
Oh yeah. Well, then he is going to... There you are. He is going to cast Burning Hands. This level. He holds up two hands with his thumbs touching and his fingers spread. A thin sheet of flame shoots out in a 15-foot cone. I'm not going to put the cone template on there, but I believe that will hit you. I need you to make a Dex saving throw.
Nope.
Ooh, rip. Luckily, he rolled very low. You take 8 points of fire damage as
All right.
yeah, as this sheet of fire shoots out, scorching the grass beneath your feet and leaving a streak of black on the wall next to you. That is his turn, and his entire movement. Noro, it's to you. Linalia pushed past you and ran after the Acolyte. She's hot on his heels. You see them both running off into the distance past you. What do you do? Sorry, you're also aware of their leader directly behind you, having begun to cast something which fizzled, and Louis showing himself on the balcony above you. Behind you, you can see Rogar as well. His towering form in the shadows, directly above Kreneth Voss. Oh, and bodies. Bodies all around you. But that's nothing new.
I trust Rogar doesn't need any help. I am going to try to keep up with the Acolyte.
Okay.
Yeah, right here is good. We must hurry to the prisoners.
Lunalia, it's to you. The Acolyte that looks just like all the others, but with very heavy footsteps, comes running up behind you. And you hear Noro's voice.
Yeah, I don't know which way we're going. So she's going to hold her turn until the Acolyte moves closer to where we need to go.
All right. You're not trying to... You didn't try and sneak up behind him or anything, right?
Nope.
You just... Okay. Well. He's completely oblivious to what's going on behind him and is just making a beeline for the stair. And so, on his turn, are you holding an action or anything, or are you just following him?
No, I'm just following him.
On his turn, he gets to the corner and turns and looks at you as he runs around the corner. And there is a look on his face of surprise as he sees you, but he keeps going.
Yep, so she'll keep after him.
Okay. Oh, sorry. It's not an official thing, but like if you could say, I as far as I'm concerned, you could say I'll hold my movement and just follow him. So
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So do you follow him all the way around
Yep.
the corner into the darkness?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, darkness, but he runs up, stops, and you can see him looking down at a crumpled body on the ground. A stair falls away immediately to his left, and he turns around and sees you. Who are you? You're not supposed to be here, and he holds his hands up to cast a spell.
Yep, she's gonna stab him in the throat with her spear. Let's see. How to spear.
Well, okay, technically his turn was after yours.
Okay, well, just explain to me how to do this.
So this is a stupid gray area in 5th edition that forces you to follow initiative order, even though you want to wait and see what somebody else is doing, or you want to follow somebody and then react to them. Which is why, why I said you can hold your movement, but you need to declare that you're holding your action to attack him if his turn is after yours, which you didn't, so you can't.
That's fine.
So he's going to cast a spell. So just to be clear, what I'm saying is you can declare to hold your movement and your not hold your movement, move in time with someone else, because otherwise there's no way to do things like I'm going to run with him to that place. You have to wait for them to run and then follow, and that's not realistic. But the holding the action you still need to do. So he is going to also cast Burning Hands. That is a Dex saving throw. Why did it cast twice? Oh,
It didn't.
Yeah.
You
No,
got
it
a
didn't
10.
because I cast it before. With a 15, you drop flat to the ground and it singes your back as you take half of that, so 7 points of fire damage. As a sheet of flames erupts down the hallway. Noro, down the hall from you, you see a gout of flame shoot out, licking the wall on the opposite side of the hall. And that is the Acolyte's turn. Louis, it's to you.
So, because it was my turn and I chose to follow him,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get an attack now. Is that right? Because I didn't declare that I was holding an action?
Right.
Okay.
I really at some point want to talk about just deferring your entire turn. Like, oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at your dex save when I halved it. It's 5 points of damage. Give yourself back 2. I really feel like we should do something like, come up with a house rule to defer your entire turn to the end of initiative, or something like that, because it's very hard to say I'm going to wait for them to do something and also follow them and also act. We either do it as a held movement and action, or we do it as a delayed turn or something. I don't know, but
it's in 3.5. There used to be a thing where you could delay your turn, and then if you were say initiative 16, you could say I'm delaying my turn, and then after the Acolyte went at initiative 13, you could say okay, I want to take my turn now, and then it would put you in at 12.9 or whatever.
But you stay there in the initiative order for the rest of combat.
They don't have that now. There actually isn't really a mechanic that lets you delay movement. You have to take movement on your turn. You can only delay an action. And even that, it's the same as holding a spell. You have to declare exactly what action you're taking and exactly what the conditions are for you taking it. It is pretty restrictive, but at the same time, I kind of get it, You don't get to just take a reaction and say, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do at some point. You have
we
to
can talk about the rule later.
Plan it out, and that's the point of the boundaries within working within a turn-based system,
So with the delaying your turn, if you deferred your entire turn until later in the initiative order, you were then permanently there in the initiative order, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you would then, that's where you would go the rest of the time.
I mean, that is kind of the easier way to do it, right? Is just bring that back and use that as a house rule.
Yeah, so I mean that's fine. I'll take the damage this turn, and we'll move on.
Okay. So Louis, on your turn, folks have run out of the room. You see Rogar, across from you, towering over Kreneth Voss, who hasn't seen him yet. You've just managed to counterspell this. These two illusory forms began to formulate. You snap them out of existence and are now. The look on his face as he looks up at you is one of almost indifference, like you're an ant. But perhaps or a fly, but perhaps a fly in his particular ointment. What do you wish to do?
Do I have any sense of how powerful this guy is? Do I think that he is more powerful than I am? Do I think that he would crush me like a fucking bug? Do I think that, do I have any idea about that?
You could make a Arcana check. Yeah. This guy's gonna be tough. Maybe too tough for you to take solo.
Oh, I'm not solo. I got a fucking 300-pound dragonborn waiting to drop on him.
Oh, well then have at thee, knave.
That is one big drop bear.
The other thing I will mention, I'm just going to throw this out there, and this isn't a hint or anything, but you have your team has discovered corruption within their ranks. The acolyte you took captive was very surprised at that and didn't really believe you at first. When you let him go, he did say he was going to go back and look into it. You might surmise that not all of these people are in on what's going on, or are followers of Orcus, the long thought fallen prince of undeath. You don't know if all of these dudes are bad or not. So I'll leave that to you to decide what you want.
Yeah, he is a cop, though.
Yep.
Fucking cops.
And you are the uninvited guest.
But he is also... He was like, what prisoners, right?
Yeah, and you would have heard, like, this place isn't that big, you would have heard that.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw as I move to the edge.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. Is that enough for you?
That is, the spell fizzles.
Rip.
He is not polymorphed.
Oh!
And then I will... how high are we? 10 feet?
You're about 15. It's a we'll call it a DC 10 athletics or acrobatics check to hop down without landing in a heap.
I will stand there and say, we are here to release the prisoners. I do not know you, but our quarrel is not with you. And I'll stay standing there at the edge.
Make a persuasion check.
I am not good at those. I am okay at those, apparently.
You may not be good at them, but the dice are with you. Interesting. Well, his turn is next. Isn't that
And as
fun?
he walks out, Rogar just jumps down on top of it.
You know what? He's gonna cast. I need you to. You know what? He looks. You're still standing on the balcony, right?
Yeah, but I'm on the edge, standing as tall and strong and imposing as a 3-foot tall pot-bellied gnome with a huge nose could be.
So you're like peering through the bars of the railing down at him.
Yeah, I'm on my tippy toe. My hands are up. I'm trying to peer over the top of it.
All right. he says, "If that is true, then do not resist this." And he begins to cast a spell.
Do I recognize any of the motions or the words that are happening?
How do you like to play it? So it's a second level spell. I feel like even if you don't have the spell in your book, if it is within the realm of, especially if it's, like half your max level, like I feel like you should be able to at least recognize the type of spell. Perhaps? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, if it's a spell that I've seen cast before, then yes. But if I've never seen anybody cast, absorb elements, even if it is a lower spell, I don't know that I would know what it is.
Well, have you ever seen anyone cast Detect Thoughts?
I don't think so.
Well, he begins casting a spell.
I am going to, and I probably can't do this, but do I feel like he's trying to hurt me right now?
Just your feelings.
I'm gonna give it to you on that dice roll. That's smart that you insight checked him. He appears annoyed at your presence. He's on the defensive. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and he's trying to figure it out. But you definitely feel like if you did anything to provoke him, you would eat something big.
I will allow him to do Detect Thoughts on me.
All right.
Or I will not counterspell it. And then once I know what's happening, because I think you're aware of Detect Thoughts once it's happening, I will just do montage of Genasi prisoners and of the Orcus brand within the Crimson Order.
He stays where he's at, which is a defensively strong position. Finishes casting the incantation. There is a sort of a halo of blue-white light that forms as a very thin line about his head and shrinks down before it sinks into his forehead, almost like a crown that disappears. His eyes narrow as he peers towards you, and you feel a push in your mind. But that's as far as he gets because it's a action to cast. He learns your surface thoughts. So as you begin to bring up that montage, he begins to see them. Remains to be seen if he does any more, but he does hold his position. Scribble.
I am going to cast Chromatic Orb at this acolyte.
Uh, 18 is enough to hit.
Oh, that's horrible damage.
Is, but at a grand total of 9 hit points, well, he can't take reactions until the end of his next turn, and he is, as the freezing orb explodes in his face, showering him with shards of ice. He looks badly injured, but still alive.
I'm just gonna walk up, not into his range, but next to him. Just closer.
Okay. Rogar.
Does it look like Louis is in pain from any of this? I
No,
can't see what the guy below me is doing, but
I don't think he would, and you would see, I don't know, maybe maybe he still has a defensive posture, but he's certainly let this guy cast a spell. You've observed Louis enough to know when he shuts somebody down, and he intentionally did not shut this guy down.
Yeah, and if you would look to Louis for clues at all, and he noticed it, he would like put up his hand to like wave you off. I don't know if I could really do that though. But I'm also I don't look in pain. It's definitely like a two fucking wizards wizarding at each other is what's happening.
He's got poop and face on, in other words.
Wow.
Rogar's just gonna continue standing there waiting.
Okay. Holding another action to jump down on him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Skip his turn. Oh. I just need to add another guy to the initiative order. Okay. Louis, you see a red-robed acolyte come out of a door that you can just barely see a sliver of the edge of. He stops as he sees Kreneth Voss, who quickly holds up a hand, halt his approach. Noro is to you. Gout of flame just shot out in front of you, and you can hear Louis and this bald wizard talking behind you.
I am definitely going to make my way there. Yeah, I'm going to go there. I can do 40 feet? Yeah, I can do 40 feet. So as I turn the corner, I see that he casts Flamed on Lunalia. I guess she's looking like in a defensive position.
Yeah, she tried to matrix dodge the spell.
Okay, well, clearly he's in front of the basement, so we know where it's at now. So I am going to take him out.
So I think you can enter the space that she's in on your turn as long as you don't end your turn there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it
This one
costs
has
you,
dice to crit.
costs you
Well.
double movement, but oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
You hit him so hard, his grandkids are gonna feel it.
He ain't gonna have any. Was that one-handed or two-handed?
one-handed.
One-handed. So that is a D8 plus 5, and then we'll just add max dice to that. Do you put necrotic damage into it as well, or?
Nah.
Okay, so then that's a total of 16 points of damage.
Lose it.
I'm not sure what the second and second roll is. I don't know.
It did it all on its own, and I'm not even like raging.
It's weird.
Yeah, it crit, and then I thought I was done rolling, and then it did a second roll.
Yeah, I don't.
It's the extra crit
It's 8
damage,
plus
probably.
1, so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I would imagine.
Yeah, but the way we do the house rules for crit, right? So it's just plus max dice. So it'd just be the original 8 plus another 8 for the max of 1d8, so 16, which actually works out to the same. So 16 points of damage is almost twice his health. EED spells dead. Just put him on his side, just lay him down gently here in 2 pieces and set his health to 0.
And I'll step over onto him. And that's my 40 feet.
Cool. That's your turn, and you see past him the result of Scribble's signature move, a iced over corpse on the ground. Benalia.
Well, now that he is dead, she will move down the stairs.
Okay.
Is there a door at the bottom of the stairs?
Well, there is, but as you set foot on the first step, a glyph lights up on the ground with your foot.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to make a... I need you both... Sorry, hang on. I'm going to delete these corpses because I can't see what's going on. Actually, it's... I need you both to make a dex saving throw.
A dex saving throw? Okay.
Yeah. I just gotta look up the... Let's see. DC 15. Yeah, ooh. Rough. You both take 26 points of cold damage. As the hallway, the stairwell in the hallway suddenly cold snaps. The air just suddenly turns bitter cold. Frost crystals appearing in the air around you. It gets colder and colder, and there's like a cracking sound in the air. As walls, ceiling, floor all coat with a rime of ice, as do you.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am mountain-born, Goliath, I have defenses resistance to cold. What does that mean? Because it doesn't have any description.
It means you take half damage, so you take 13 points instead of 26.
I'm going to make a note of that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
Oh. I made it funny. Yeah, resistance to cold damage. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, that is the trap. Lunalia, is there anything else you wanted to do other than go down to the door?
No, she's going to continue to moving. Is there a door down there?
There is a door down there.
Does it look like it has a glyph on it?
Well, you could make an investigation check. You don't find one, but you're shaken from the cold damage you just took. Possibly literally.
She's gonna cast Aura of Vitality on herself.
That's a concentration, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so you don't need to worry about a check for this thing. Cast that anyway, that's gone. Alright. I think that lets you use a bonus action to heal, right?
Yes. So this bonus action, she's going to use it on herself. And get 10 points back.
Louis, back to you.
She'd say to Noro at the end, the door is warded, I think.
Dirty magic tricks.
So Louis, on your turn, you begin to feel Krenithvos prying into your mind deeper.
I will, I'm going to bonus action Misty Step. Poof, down to there. And I will say up to Rogar, we are good here. And then I'll have Pierre float down next to me. And, yeah. That's it.
All right. You can see that as you moved towards him quickly using the spell, you could see a hand come up defensively, but then stop. And he just continues to watch you, and his eyes narrow. Now you feel the push. An immensely powerful mind slams against your defenses. It is your choice to let him in or to make the wisdom save against it. It is like standing in a gale force windstorm and trying to maintain your footing.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way that I can like let him in some, but not all of the way. Hold on, let me. If you don't mind, I'm gonna pull up the spell really quick.
Yeah, I'm reading it too. So it would be a wisdom saving throw if you decided to make it, or you can intentionally fail it. I mean, it doesn't say that, but obviously, like, if you wanted to, you could intentionally fail, right? Like a dex saving throw, you could intentionally not dodge out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind.
Yeah. Yeah, like he can't just, get whatever he wants out of your head, but he can ask you questions and then observe the thoughts that float up as he If
he asks questions that I don't like, can I make a wisdom saving throw?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But
yeah,
for now, like at some point, like I'm being an open book, but at some point, if he pushes me too far, or even in a round or two when I need to not let him think that I'm just a fucking chump, then maybe I'll make a wisdom saving throw. But like for the moment, I'm allowing him entry. And then also, putting to the forefront of my mind, understanding what this is, I'm just showing him the facts, There are, prisoners being held unjustly, and there is some sort of, some ties with the cult of the Demon Lord Orcus. Those are the two things that I am trying to push to the front, and that aside from general dislike of authority figures, I don't have a problem with the Crimson Order, and my quarrel is not necessarily with him. I don't know if I can push all those things. I don't know if I, how
Yeah,
much of that all can get through, but
it's a short period of time, but you feel the immensity of his psychic aura bear down on you. The room vibrates around you as he bores into your mind. And then there's a calm, a quiet. The two of you standing here 10 feet apart or so, the room fades away, and all about you, the setting takes on a different look. Just a vast white emptiness. Only the shadows that you cast on the white featureless ground about you. You hear his voice in your mind, his lips don't move. You're a curious one. Perhaps you should have left your burrow a few decades earlier. You might have become something. Tell me.
rude is the thought that comes to the front of my mind.
You think that, and you hear your voice echo in this limitless space around you. Yes, well, I've been called that and worse.
I like to imagine that the visual is just two eyebrows pointing down to each other, like your eyebrows furrowing.
And in this vast, empty space of the mind between these two wizards, that psychic pressure calms, and you see, maybe not as an equal, but the two of you stand before each other, and you begin to hear his thoughts float to the surface as well. They present more as emotions than thoughts, more as sort of vague notions of ideas. He is confused. He's curious. He's not sure what's going on here. He sent underlings to handle things. There was trust. That trust is diminished. He's heard things. Someone reached out to him. He's not sure who. They stayed hidden, but a message was sent. That was enough to pique his curiosity. Now that he's here, they're hiding things from him, and he doesn't like it. He is authority. He is absolute authority, and perhaps the word rude floats to the surface from you again, but he does not like having his authority challenged, and he does not like having his trust broken. And at the end of it, a faint smile creeps across his lips. The words form in the open without his mouth moving. You hear them. Perhaps you and I can work together on this, as long as our interests align. And then the illusion about you fades, and you are standing in this space with bodies about you, a shadow on the balcony above, ready to leap, and this wizard with one hand still up, holding his acolyte at bay, and the other extended towards you, as if to shake your hand.
I shake his hand.
Who's moving?
I will walk up to him.
He meets you halfway. Still intelligently out of sight of Rogar. And Rogar, you hear a voice from below. Your friend must be heavy. I can hear the rafters creaking. Come down. I wish you no harm either.
I mean, is it my turn,
Should we-
or are we
Did we
still
just-
in initiative?
Proceed with initiative at this point, or
Yeah, well, I think that was more than enough turns, but we probably should sort out what's going on with Scribble in the back pocket here before we put a pin in things. It is his turn, and there is this acolyte here. I feel like that somehow I missed that acolyte's turn,
Yeah, I think you did.
but I don't quite know how.
There's so many dead acolytes everywhere that your turn order is probably just super cluttered.
Well, actually, I don't
That
have.
guy shows is going right before Noro.
Yeah, I have a feeling I might have blazed past him when I was going past the other two guys. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, you probably saw the 13 and hit it twice.
Well, I mean, on his turn, he would have. Did I seriously? God damn it! Oh no, there he is. On his turn, he is going to make a ranged spell attack against you. He's going to cast the Firebolt spell.
What a dick.
with a 6. It would have been a disadvantage if you moved into point-blank range with him, but still, a 6 does not hit. As
I
a
thought
mote
he
of...
took massive damage last turn, and that's why he didn't go.
Can't take reactions.
He didn't have a reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, no reaction, that's what it was.
Not that he has any. I mean, it'd just be an opportunity attack if Scribble ran past him. A mote of fire spirals past you and erupts into a gout of flame on the wall behind you. And actually, he's gonna... fuck. Yeah, he's gonna move into melee range with you and draws a dagger. That's his turn, and it's to you.
Do I get an opportunity attack for him moving close?
No. Only if he moves away from you.
Alright. Well, then I will attack him with a scimitar.
Nice.
Holy shit.
I just picture Scribble looking at a sword. Oh, fuck this casting bullshit.
Can I
any,
just knock him out?
Or do you want to do non-lethal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had 3 hit points left anyway, but yeah, you can flip the blade around and whack him upside the head with the blunt edge, or just reach up and smack him in the temple with the butt
Jesus,
of the
you did
sword.
max damage too.
D6 plus 5. Yeah, holy shit. 11, and that would have been plus another max dice, another 6. It would have been 17 points of damage if you decided to cut him in half. Yeah, you render him unconscious.
Then can I reach down and take his mask?
Yeah. Are you gonna use your cloak to? You gonna turn your cloak into one of theirs?
Yeah, I did that earlier.
Oh,
whenever
right,
I blew myself
right.
up.
Yeah. So actually, I guess I should. The 2 bandits out front are also unconscious, not dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the 2 on the patio,
Yeah.
they're unconscious.
Okay. Just to be accurate, all the X's. So, with and I'm assuming your illusion is you dropped your illusion as well. Of the bandit.
Yeah,
ball.
I might as well have.
Okay. Just cleaning things up for next week. I think they would have run and hid in the pantry. Just gonna move Rogar to the side there so I can see that guy. And I'm gonna delete the bodies because okay.
What about these ones?
Yeah, I'll figure out where they went. They would have definitely heard this by now, and they'd probably be approaching. Are you guys okay to leave things like this for next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Because we're coming up on 9 p.m. and I thought maybe leaving on the potential having made a new temporary ally here, a good stopping point. Certainly didn't think that would happen, but it's interesting that it did. It'd be nice if I had a little time to prepare what happens next. Little bit of dialogue and maybe some set some boundaries for what he will and won't go along with, will and won't help with.
Yeah, dude, Louis is a pragmatist, so I don't know, if it seems like this dude doesn't really like what's going on here and he doesn't like what's going on here, then all right, let's fucking talk about what's going on here then, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. So we leave off with Lunalia, her and Noro having suffered some intense cold. She finds a door that she can't find a sigil on, but she has a sense that, after the things that you've all seen, that it is trapped. Scribble standing defiantly over a fallen acolyte rendered unconscious with his plundered mask. Rogar on the balcony above, Louis and Krennic Voss striking a tenuous alliance, or at least understanding here, with a couple acolytes waiting in the wings to help their master if he decides to break the deal. The sounds of footsteps in the distance mean that the building is not vacant, other than the people you've seen. We will pick up next week to see where things go from here. There's a basement, and I've got another map ready. So we'll see y'all next week, and if anybody was watching, thanks. And till next time, keep your hats on. I don't know.
We never found that draft.